Hello everyone, today we're going to be making our own tie-dye coloring pages, and then I'm going to show you 2 crafts that you can do with them. The supplies you're going to need for this activity is some shaving cream. I just got 2, we may only need 1. I got some food coloring. I got little sticks to mix in the food coloring. I have some cardstock, so I grabbed some black, white, and gray, and then I also grabbed some with different colors. We're gonna need a little jar here, so it can be glass or plastic, whatever you can find. You can even use a bowl. Just make sure it's big enough to put your paper in. Then we're gonna need some colorful markers, a pair of scissors, and a glue stick. So the first thing we're gonna do is put our shaving cream in our jar. So you're gonna give it a little shake. And then you're just gonna go ahead and just gonna go back and forth. And I'm just going back and forth till the whole jar is filled. So once you have your shaving cream in your dish, you're gonna take your food coloring and you're gonna take each color and put a few drops of each, just kind of scattered throughout the shaving cream. So I just took red, now I'm gonna do some blue, and it's okay if they mix together because it'll just make more colors. I'm gonna take green. And then I'm going to take yellow. Next you're going to take your little popsicle sticks and you're going to go through and just kind of spread out the colors a bit. So I'm just doing a bunch of like straight lines in all the colors. And it kind of makes like a pattern. And kind of looks like tie-dye too. Once you feel like the colors are spread out enough and you have a cool design going, you can go ahead and take your paper. So next I have my white piece of cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and take the rough side and dip it into the shaving cream and kind of push down a little bit. And just leave it there for about 10 seconds. You can keep pushing on it if you need to. Then you're going to take a corner and you're going to lift it up. And it's going to have a bunch of the shaving cream and food coloring on it. So then you're just going to take a cloth or a paper towel and you're going to quickly wipe it. So that there's no more pieces left on. So it kind of looks like that. And now we're going to do that 2 more times, exactly how we did it the first time. So you're going to place it on, pick it up, and you should have different designs every time, which is kind of cool. So there's one, and I'm going to do it one more time. Just be very careful with the food coloring because it is very messy and it does stain. And to get a different effect, you're going to want to wipe the cloth in different directions. So as you can see, all 3 of mine are very different. So the first craft I'm going to show you that you can do with these is a birthday card. So what I'm going to do is pick another piece of cardstock just in a different color. So I think I'm going to do this tealy color. So I'm going to rip one of those pages out. And then I'm going to take one of my tie-dye designs and I'm going to place it in front of the other color. And I'm just going to staple it at the side like a book. So now you are able to open it up just like that. So the next step is I'm going to take a marker. You can choose any color you want. I'm going to go with black so that you can see it over the tie-dye. So if we're doing a birthday card, we're obviously going to write happy birthday on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now on top of the tie-dye one. You can also write the person's name who you are gifting it to. So I just wrote happy birthday. And the really fun thing about it is you can leave a little message inside. You can even put a picture. So that is the first craft. The second craft is we're going to make a pot of flowers. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my two other tie-dye pages. I'm going to place my hand on top and do a trace around each finger. And the same with the other hand. You want to make sure that your tie-dye page is dry before you do this. Otherwise, you're going to get food coloring all over your hands. So once your hands are traced, you're going to cut them out. So your next step is you're going to take another color and you're going to cut out the stem of your flower. So I'm going to take green, because stems are green. And what I'm going to do with this is cut 2 even strips. Just like that. Next, you're going to take your flower pot color that you chose and you're going to stencil in a flower pot and then you're going to cut it out. Remember to be very careful with the scissors. Always cut away from you. And now I have my flower pot. Next, you're going to take the same color that you used for your stem and you're going to draw out 2 ovals onto the green paper. They kind of look like the shape of an eye. And they don't have to be the same size, it's totally up to you. And then I'm going to cut those out. My next step is I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to start gluing the flowers together. So I'm going to start with the leaves. So I'm going to apply some glue onto the back. And I'm going to glue it to my stem and do the same with the other flower. Now I'm going to take the flowers, apply glue to the back, and then apply it to the stem. Make sure you put enough glue so that it sticks. And next I'm going to apply a little bit of glue onto the back. And you're going to flip your flowers around and glue it on. Then you're going to flip the entire thing over and make sure all of your glue is stuck. And you have your flowers. And that is the second craft. Thank you all for doing this fun activity with me. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.